Happy Earth Day. April 22nd is Earth Day, so I thought we would celebrate Earth Day by reading this book called Earth Day, Hooray. It's a pretty good book about kids who use some perseverance to help make a difference. Okay? This place is a mess, said Ryan. That's why we're cleaning it up, said Carly. Come on, pitch in. The Maple Street School Save the Planet Club was cleaning up Gilroy Park, the site of this year's Earth Day celebration. They picked up candy wrappers, crumpled newspaper, empty coffee cups, old flyers, lots of tennis balls, and lots of aluminum cans. You know, said Ryan, even after we've finished cleaning the park, it won't look all that great. It could really use some flowers at the entrance. Gilroy Park had a few trees and some grass, and that was it. If we take all these cans to the recycling center instead of throwing them away, Ryan continued, they'll give us money for each can. Maybe we can make enough to buy some flowers to plant. Mrs. Watson, the club advisor, thought Ryan's idea was fantastic. She said, if you can get 5,000 cans, that should be enough for some really beautiful flowers. I bet we won't find that many, said Luke. I wonder how many they'll be able to find, and if you needed 5,000 cans, where would you look for them? That's a lot of cans to find, and how will they keep track of them? The club sorted all the cans they found. Ryan, Carly, and Luke filled small bags with 10 cans each. When they had 10 small bags, they put them in a big bag that held 100 cans so that they would be easier to count. So they put 10 cans in a bag, and when they had 10 full bags, they put them in another bag to make 100. They ended up with 3 big bags of 100, 5 small bags of 10, and 9 single cans. That's a total of 359. They left the bags near the trash bins so that Mrs. Watson could pick them up that evening. This little boy says, I knew we wouldn't get 5,000. But the next morning at school, Mrs. Watson called Ryan, Carly, and Luke to her desk. Bad news, she said. The trash collector at the park didn't realize the cans were for recycling. He took them to the dump with the rest of the trash. I knew it, said Luke. I knew we'd never do it. Don't give up, said Ryan. We can still collect cans. We'll have a can drive right here at school. I don't know, said Luke doubtfully. It will only work if a lot of people bring in cans. So here's their sign. Cans recycled so far, so they're keeping track, and it says, help us reach our goal of 5,000 and plant flowers in Gilroy Park. The custodian, Mrs. Jones, set up a barrel in the hallway. Luke made a big sign. Mrs. Watson helped Ryan print up a flyer announcing their goal. Carly drew a cartoon. The next day, a few kids brought in cans. After school, Ryan, Carly, and Luke went to check out the barrel. They sorted the cans into bags. They had 5 small bags of 10 and 6 single cans. That makes 56. We'll never get anywhere at this rate. Here's their bags of 10. Carly wrote 56 on the sign. We need to get more kids to help, she said. Carly, Luke, and Ryan got permission to visit with every class and ask for help with the can drive. Carly worked all night so she would be ready. After school, Ryan, Carly, and Luke stopped at every park and field and picked up every can they saw. The next morning, Ryan, Carly, and Luke brought their cans to school. Then they went by the barrel to drop them off. "Look at all these cans," said Carly. "I knew it would work." At recess, they counted the cans. They ended up with 6 bags of 100, 3 small bags of 10, and 5 single cans. That's 635, even more than we had at the park. Carly wrote the total on the sign. Miss Watson walked by. "You're going to need bigger bags," she said. "I'll bring some in tomorrow." And we had 56 yesterday, so added up, it's 691. When Ryan, Carly, and Luke checked on the barrel for the next day, it was overflowing. "We'd better ask Mrs. Jones for more barrels," said Carly. They had 1 bag of 1,000, 4 bags of 100, 8 bags of 10, and 3 single cans. That's 1,483. Carly wrote the total on the sign and remembered to put a comma between the thousands and the hundreds. When we add that into what we already had, it's 2,174. That's still a long way from 5,000. Ryan, Carly, and Luke kept working. Luke put signs up all over school. On Saturday, the members of the Save the Planet Club knocked on every door in the neighborhood. They handed out Ryan's flyers and carried big bags for people's empty cans. Here's this flyer. "Recycling 1 aluminum can saves enough energy to keep a 100-watt light bulb burning for about 3.5 hours. On Monday morning, Ryan, Carly, and Luke couldn't dump their cans in the collection barrels because they were already full. At recess, they counted cans. By the time recess was over, they still weren't done, and Mrs. Watson said they could skip spelling to finish counting. "And you didn't think this was a good idea," Carly teased Luke. "Great, no spelling today." Finally, they finished. They had 2 huge bags of 1,000, 8 big bags of 100, 5 small bags of 10, and 2 single cans. Luke wrote the numbers down. "We did it!" he shouted. "That's almost 3,000. It's 2,852 to be exact, and with the 2,174 we had before, it's 5,026. Mrs. Watson took the cans to the recycling center right after school, and Saturday morning she drove Carly, Luke, and Ryan to the plant nursery. They each picked out flowers in their favorite colors. That afternoon, the whole class came to Gilroy Park for the Earth Day celebration. The first thing they did was plant the flowers at the entrance. The park looked beautiful, and there wasn't a single piece of trash anywhere. Okay, that's the end of our story. So Earth Day is an important day to think about what types of things you can do to help our planet. So do a little brainstorming today and think of things you can do to help, or maybe things you might need to change to help make an impact and help keep our planet a cleaner and happier place.